Zilly, can you say hi? Zilly, she's almost 9 months now. She came when she was 1 week and she will be turning around 9 months right now. She's so cute. Can you go? Go. Go. Now, let's talk about the cost of living in Turkey or in Turkey. Most of you normally ask me this question and I always want to make the video, but due to some time and some things I don't get the time. But today let's just dive in and also learn something, or maybe try to see what is the real or maybe the scenario here. Now, things to consider or things to note before even diving into the video. You have to remember the cost of living in Turkey will depend on individuals' needs in terms of lifestyle. Are you a party person? And in terms of your job wise, how much are you going to be paid if you're working? And if you are staying with someone, who are you staying with? Are they the ones providing, or are you the one providing? How is the lifestyle of the people that you are living in? And majorly another thing to consider is the fact that which city are you living in, because some cities here in Turkey, they are more expensive in terms of actually lifestyle, while in terms of actually utilities and stuff. Like for instance, if you are thinking to work and live in Turkey in the city of Istanbul, you will find that, or maybe you will note that it is super expensive. Okay, something to actually emphasize on is that Turkey is no longer the same Turkey that used to be in those early days, like in 2020s or in 2019 or in 2018, because those days things were extremely cheaper compared to right now, because right now there is so much inflation in terms of the high rise of inflation, and things have become super expensive in Turkey. Let me not kid you. And I want to dive in and just give you a small spreadsheet in terms of Excel sheet to show you how much I normally spend per month. Remember, I'm not the one paying, but I'm just giving you the information because it is my husband who normally does most of the things. Okay, even if I do just little bit, I'm not earning a lot. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm not earning a lot, but he's the one who is working. Now, something also to consider is the people you are living with. Are you sharing the accommodation? Are you living with someone? If you are in terms of actually sharing, and then it's gonna be very much easier for you. But if you are just taking the whole house, or maybe the whole apartment, or maybe you are living alone, and you want to know how much you're gonna be spending, then it's gonna be more than a person who is sharing. Or maybe if you're married, then it's gonna be more easier for you. And I cannot just generalize everybody. Not everybody is into Turkish people. Not everybody here lives with their partners. Some of them, they are actually students. Some of them, they are actually working, and their partners are far away. So these things you must consider before actually just making conclusion that it is more cheaper or in Turkey. Right now, most of you normally think that Turkey, because it is this and this, is not in European countries, it is more cheaper. It is not. You see, I own a cat. You have seen my cat here, Zilly. And even owning a cat in Turkey, it is more expensive, okay? Because this cat needs to eat. And for instance, my little cat here, she doesn't eat the normal food, that the one that we cook. We have to make sure that we are buying the food for her. We have to make sure that she goes for a checkups for veterinarian. Like, is it a veterinarian or someone who checks the cats? I don't know the name. So it is more expensive. Even just, you have to make sure that the sand that she normally poops in, you have to buy each and every time. So it's not like it is cheap. Of course, we have to pay all of these things. Now, let me just say that if you are thinking to come to Turkey to work, just be prepared, because you're gonna be spending in terms of actually expenditures. You're gonna be paying. When you want to visit to some certain places, for instance, you want to go to a museum, or maybe you want to go to see, maybe you are living in Istanbul, you want to visit certain places, maybe like even in Hagia Sophia or Cappadocia, let's say you want to go and have fun. These will cost you money, okay? So it's not expensive. Now, I'm gonna dive in, and I want to show you, because I don't know what happened with my stand here, something that I'm holding the camera is actually doing its thing. So I want to actually give you a spreadsheet that I made so that we can go together through and actually just have an understanding on how much can you spend if you are coming to Turkey. Remember, like I said, for instance, for me, I don't pay rent. We don't pay rent because my husband owns this place. They own their place. So that one is not something that I can include in the spreadsheet, but I just give an overview, like the housing here, around here. It can cost you around, maybe, if it is little, maybe 5,000 Turkish lira per month, but the prices are up. Rentals are up. Okay, and in Istanbul they are much even more higher, maybe minimum maybe 10,000 Turkish lira. Okay, and it also depends on, like I said, the people that you are living with, how are their lifestyle. For me, I have little kids who are not going to school, but if they were going to school, still I'll have to cater for this one. Let me just go through this spreadsheet so that you can understand one by one, and I'm gonna give my own comments about it. Okay, so guys, the way I was saying, the cost of living here in Turkey depends on the lifestyle, depends on the city, depends on where you are actually staying, and just overall, and also your earnings in terms of if you are working. And also some things is that sometimes you find that if you are living in these big cities, chances are the cost of living gonna be so high in terms of housing, utilities and stuff. But if you are living in small towns, you can find a good house. And actually, because the main thing here, housing is very much expensive in Turkey. So this is my just a small approximately. This is not everything that I normally have, like we normally have in the house, but I just wanted to show you so that we can go through together with you, so that you can understand. So on this side, I have put my city, the city that I live in, Izmir. And remember, Izmir is the third largest city in Turkey after Istanbul and Ankara, okay, respectively. Now, when it comes to housing, like I said, here, the place that I stay in, I'm not paying rent because this is our own place. And if you ask me, around the area that we stay in, mostly houses, you're gonna find them, they are actually ranging from 5,000 Turkish lira to 7,000 Turkish lira just here. And it is not too bad, but it's still like it's still more compared to other years. And sometimes it is even more depending on where you are living. Like if it is in the city center, it will be more, even up to 15,000 Turkish lira. Okay, so I converted the Turkish lira to USD using the current rate, which is 18.2, and you find that this can be around, I don't know if I did the math, but just divide by, like, it is around 274 to 384. That is USD dollars. That is just only housing. Now, when it comes, and I'm talking about a mid-range house, that is a 2-bedroom, like 2-bedroom, kitchen, and everything, like 2-bedroom in terms of 2 bedrooms and the sitting room, the 2 bedrooms and the kitchen, and it is big, it's not small. Okay, but even though for us, because we have 2 kids, it's still very small. But we are thinking of relocating to our larger place, inshallah. Now, when it comes to water, utilities, something like, not water, utilities, something like it's electricity, water and gases. Remember, we have installed here in this house what the Turkish people normally say door gas, which is natural gas. And during the winter, the rent for this place, like where we stay, it goes around to 2,200. Okay, sometimes yeah, maximally 2,500. That is this home, because we have installed all over, like in the kitchen, in the sitting room, in the kids room, everywhere. Okay, but approximately you will be spending maybe 1,000, maybe 800, depending on the person or depending on the room that you have installed. Okay, that is around 66 to 121 USD. Okay, just on the gas and the water stuff. Anneciğim, ne oldu? Now, when it comes to food varies. Sometimes we go outside, sometimes we don't go outside. Okay, my little girl, can you say hi?
Hi.
Hi. So sometimes Mustafa also want to say hi. Can you say hi?
Hi.
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 Tamam, got to sit down.
Hi.
Tamam, yet there. So, like I was saying, tamam managing yet there. When it comes to food, most of the time I prefer cooking my own food. My husband loves when I cook it, and sometimes we dine outside. So just approximately on the food groceries, you have seen, I'll show you one of the videos, the things that we normally get from the markets. And the best thing is that if you can get a chance to go to the markets, the bazaars in Turkey, they normally call them the bazaar, these big markets whereby people put their food stuff there, and then you can go and start shopping. They have a lot of good products in terms of actually being organic and fresh from the farm, and you can get more at a cheaper price compared if you shop online or maybe on the markets. Okay, so expect, because we normally do our grocery shopping each and every week in terms of actually the vegetables and stuff. Okay, so most of the time we might have to spend around 5,000 to 6,500 depending on the stuff that we want. Okay, those are just occasionally. And when we want to go outside, maybe we want to have some meal near this place in Izmir, and sometimes we don't go outside all the time, but once or twice a week we might dine outside. And sometimes it can cost as maybe per month we can spend around 1,500 and 500 to 2,500. That is around 82 to $110. Okay, USD dollars. Now, let's talk about transportation. I don't go outside most of the time in terms of actually using the public transportation, because my husband has a car, like he uses the car, and also he has his company whereby they are working doing what in taxi, like taxi stuff. So if I need a taxi, he's gonna just take me using his own taxi, or maybe if he's not around, the friend can actually take me. So I don't use public, but most of the time, maybe just once in a while, and I have a card that I can actually use on transportation. Maybe just sometimes if we are going with my family, maybe my mother-in-law or my sister-in-law somewhere far, and my husband is not there, father-in-law is not there, they cannot drive us, maybe I can spend around, I just put there 900 maximum, but it's not like every month that I use this kind of like public transportations. Okay, so when it comes to fuel, that's why my husband knows better, because he's the one who is spending, but it varies depending if you have your own car, you're gonna be needing fuel all the time. But if you are just coming and you are new, chances are you might not have your own car, so you might be using more of maybe transportation in terms of public transportation. Now, when it comes to other expenses, these are just general, like I have it included in terms of outfits, in terms of entertainment. You find that I might spend around 700 to 1,200 per month, and that is approximately, because sometimes I can do a shopping more than this, I know for sure. For instance, during the winter, I have used several times per month, maybe 2,000, 2,500 to 3,000 just shopping for us. Okay, and for the kids, for me and for the kids, of course. My husband normally buys his stuff by himself most of the time, like most of the clothes. And when it comes to bills in terms of phone and stuff, for me, it is just maybe 300 Turkish lira on my mobile phone, and that is paid like we are using Vodafone for now. And when it comes to Netflix, maybe stuff like that, we normally pay not more than 100 Turkish lira. But I've been told that to some extent, some places you might spend more than that. maybe you might spend up to 300 Turkish lira on your Netflix stuff or your subscriptions. Okay, now when it comes to healthcare basics, maybe if the child is sick or some stuff, that one depends on your insurance, as well as maybe the children expenses, diapers, stuff like that. We might spend up to 1,800 or to 2,800. Remember, the girl, this little girl, she's using diapers most of the time. My 3-year-old boy, he doesn't use diapers nowadays. Like, it has been a while. He knows how to go to the toilet. He doesn't do any bad stuff like this one. Okay, so the chances are, if you are just single, you might not need these things. I'm just talking because I'm giving you my own observation using my own family. Now when it comes to actually other stuff like miscellaneous, or maybe small things, maybe the child needs some toys or some stuff. Oh, I'm forgetting something very important. When it comes to our cat, we might spend around maybe maximum to 500 Turkish lira per month, because of the food and also because of the items that she normally uses. Okay, that is just approximately the amount that the things that we normally spend here, even though it can go up depending on the scenario. Like I said, sometimes when the child is sick, or maybe when I need some extra money, or maybe just some stuff, buying some new stuff, we might spend even more. Okay, so estimated total including the rent and stuff, if you are living here and you have kids, you might spend around 16 maybe to 22,000 Turkish lira per month. That is a family of 4, depending on how you are. And this is just on a low budget. I'm not even saying on a high budget, because let me tell you, if you are living somewhere else apart from this place, or maybe your lifestyle is going outside, eating outside, spending time outside all the time, stuff like that, or traveling using the Uber or stuff, you might spend even more. So guys, that's what just I wanted to share with you. And if you're finding value in this video, you want me to share more, maybe in details, and show you some stuff here and there, let me know in the comment section. Until next time, again, I'll see you. Bye bye. So as you can see here, today it's on Friday, and on Fridays we normally do our shopping in terms of grocery, going to the bazaars. And normally I just do my shopping in terms of vegetables and all those greeny stuff, fresh stuff, per week, and I can spend maximally maybe 500 per stuff, but per week, that is per grocery, just the fresh ones. The best thing about this is that you're gonna get more, and also you're gonna get organic stuff just direct from the farm. And if you are depending on the family that you have, you can spend even more, even less. Okay, for me, I spend more because we are many and my kids love a lot of stuff like that. And for today, I just picked a few of them, like tomatoes, onions, fresh fish, fruits and stuff like that. Okay, and also depending on the season, you can find that they vary. So once I'm done, I'll go ahead and actually do what? Just rinse, clean everything and pack to my fridge until next week, so that we can get some. My kids love strawberries, that's why I normally love to buy them, but they're not too much expensive right now. Okay, so each and every time they can pick and eat one by one, depending on how they want it. Until next time, guys, I'll see you. If you have questions, and I will want to hear from your comment, from you, how much are you spending on your groceries, like stuff like that? How much is your rent in your place? Please say, especially for the people who are in Turkey. I will want to hear and actually compare to this, or maybe compare to where we are. Otherwise, until next time, I'll see you. Bye.